everyone.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of
Manic Pixie Dream Women.
We're your hosts, Miraya and Layla. And this is the podcast where we talk about all things post-grad, entering into the industry, and the films that have inspired us along the way. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Today is a very special episode because next Wednesday is Valentine's Day. V-Day. Cupid's birthday. Nope.
It's not what it is.
Just making that up. Also, if you could see, we have a new setup if you're watching.
My gorgeous IKEA table.
There you go. I hope you enjoy. We had to put our little mascots front and center for you all.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, I hope you feel left out.
If you're listening,
I'm gonna adjust my mic.
We're judging you a little bit. Because why not do both?
Huh?
¿Por qué no los dos?
So true. So true.
Just kidding. We love you, listeners.
We're making hand hearts that you cannot see to show our love for you all.
And if you're watching, you would have seen them.
Yep. Anywho, how's it going?
It's going good.
Are you excited for Valentine's Day?
Thrilled.
Any plans?
I do love Valentine's Day. It was my favorite. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite holidays. I'm a pink girl. I love pink and red. I loved giving Valentines in like elementary school.
You know what I would always get for school?
What?
I would get, did you ever get the Krabby Patty Valentines?
I did.
The like little gummy.
I don't like those.
Well, I hate you. I loved those, and I would give them out to my class.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like Fun Dip being a big one when I was growing up. Like,
I love Fun Dip.
Yeah. Just a Fun Dip, hey.
With that, the conversation is ended.
Look at that. Anyhow, what you been up to?
You know, that's a great question.
Let's get an update.
So it's been a minute since Layla and I have recorded the podcast.
Yeah.
We took a little break for the holidays because we are recording this in advance. So I went and visited
We're liars.
We're liars. I went and visited family in Austin, in Texas, the birthplace of someone we will be talking about today, Mr. Matthew McConaughey.
I didn't know he was born in Austin.
Uvalde, Texas.
Is that Austin?
It is not Austin, but it is Texas. He did go to UT Austin, and that's where he teaches.
UTD.
I'm going to go there. Second degree.
Okay.
Anyway. So I went there, and that was really nice. I feel like I just needed a break. I was feeling like pretty overwhelmed pre-holidays, just with starting a second job, and then with the podcast stuff, and then with my short film stuff. Just a lot of things happening all at once. It felt like I basically had no rest. So here I am. It was nice to have a little break, but I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
Back in the saddle.
Something about talking to a mic just really reinvigorates the spirit.
Truly. It makes me feel special and like I have things to say.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in like a movie. Like, you know, like a movie where they show like a podcaster.
Yes.
Like a clip of it.
This is our beginning on the podcast. Or what? In the movie. Like, you know, when they show like the main character at their place of work to show like their life.
This would be set to like a cute little song.
Yeah. We're like, ooh. We look crazy right now, though. I'm going to be honest. It does not look like a movie. Like, in terms of just the setup.
If you were to see past. If you were to see this apartment.
Oh.
Anyway. It's like I just moved in. Like, that's the vibe.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, but wait. What was your goal?
So, Layla, I'm so glad you asked what my goal was. My goal was to read the entirety 400-page improv book that I bought. I have not opened it.
That's so an improv book. That's so funny to me because, like, shouldn't you just, like, read the first page and then, like, make it up for the rest of it?
Yeah. Well, I am terrified of improv. So for those of you who might not have listened last week, how dare you?
First of all.
Shame on you. But my goal for 2024 is to take an improv class. It is, like, my biggest fear, basically. I am so scared of improv.
I think a lot of people are scared of improv.
Yeah.
I'm scared of improv.
Yeah. I have such a fear of
totally
failure.
just Victoria Justice did you.
What?
I think a lot of people are scared of improv.
Yeah. What the heck?
You're not special.
What the heck?
It is just a scary thing is what I was trying to say.
It's scary because it's not only is it like you feel like you're going to make a fool of yourself, and it's performance anxiety. Ayo. Matthew McConaughey, if you're watching, I do not have that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If Matthew McConaughey's watching, that would be insane.
I actually just got like really afraid right now. I actually just like felt my whole body go like numb a little bit.
What would you say to him?
I'm getting overwhelmed thinking about it. I feel like I'm gonna tear up.
He's not even imagine kidding. If he was here. Like, what would you say to him in real life? This is great practice.
I wouldn't say a word. I would not.
Would you
say
cry
a word.
like when you met Ed Sheeran?
I would. Thinking about it right now, I feel like the things I would do for this man.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead.
Okay,
We'll touch more on Matthew McConaughey later.
Yeah. Anywho, so improv scares me. So I was.
Did you read the goddamn book?
No, I already said that. What's wrong with you? No, I'm kidding.
I was like, cut to the chase.
I have not opened it because here's why. Okay, so I was reading the prequel to the Hunger Games. I thought it would take me like 2 days max. I hate this book. It's boring. It's also 500 pages, but I thought it's like the Hunger Games. It's the easiest thing to read ever. You're just gonna tear
through it.
But it's so boring, and like the way my brain works is I cannot read another book until I finish a book. I know you're reading 3 books, you said.
I need to read more than 1 book at a time.
Yeah, I can't do that. So
I prefer to.
Yeah, I also like didn't think about the fact that like the improv book is 300 pages long. Here's another goal I have for myself.
It's a lengthy improv book.
Yeah, I feel like every week, which I think I've said before, I give myself like 4 humongous tasks for myself to do, and then I feel so guilty when I don't do them. I'm going to start really small. This week I'm going to give myself a very small attainable goal. I'm not giving myself attainable goals. There's a lesson for all of you.
That's great advice.
All of you listeners. Anywho.
Yeah, that's something my therapist said to me. Like, she was like, you're setting such vague, big goals, and then like when it doesn't, like when you don't finish a script in a day, then it seems like a failure because like,
yeah,
that was your only thing, was just like work on it, but set a page limit or like set a scene. Like, I really want to do this one scene or something. So.
Yeah, I should have just been like, I'll read 5 chapters of the book.
Yeah, even just like I'll start it.
Yeah, I'll start it.
One.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe that will be my goal for next week.
Okay,
we'll see.
Anywho,
what was your goal?
Well, my goal has been, I've been kind of had my head down working on the big edit of my book that I've been talking about. Blah, 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 blah. But exciting news, I finished it.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations!
Yeah, so that bitch is done.
Oh my god! Wait, when did you finish it?
Today.
Oh my god!
I know.
Layla and I have just spent 3 to 4 hours together.
I was waiting to tell you.
Okay, I like this for us.
I was like, let me save it for the pod.
Oh my gosh!
Get a genuine reaction.
Yes.
Yeah, I sent it to my mother.
I love that.
My first reader.
Yes.
Hey, mommy. So I'll get a response from her in about 2 months.
Hello.
No, she takes.
Hello? What? I meant to say like hell yes or something. I just went
hello.
Hello.
Hi. It's like that Melania Trump meme. Where Anderson Cooper's like, hi, and then 2 minutes later she's like, hello.
That is me.
That was you.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm really excited because I'm like, finally it's done. At least this edit. Please let it be done for real. Would love if it was done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I get to shift my focuses.
Do you have any sense of what the focus will be?
I'll be moving on to my other book.
Oh yeah, that's the life
and
of
then
an
a script.
That is a thing of like, it's just a constant, like you finish one thing and then it's time for the next.
On to the next.
And hopefully one day we will feel the true joy of having accomplished something.
I can't wait to have a project actually be like in the ground finished.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many things, even like the movies or TV shows that I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like they're ready to be seen or like handed off to somebody. Even those, like, because they're not obviously made, I can keep looking back on them and being like, oh, well, I need to change this and, like, fix that, and that needs to be edited, or, like, I can do another big, like, I've grown as a writer, let me check on it. Yeah. Versus if it's done and made, you can just, like, forget about it. Like, you can maybe be like, I wish I hadn't done that. I changed that scene. But, like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
I long for that sort of, like, permanence.
I think John Green had a saying about that where he talked about how he never reads.
You put the killing thing in between your lips.
You put the killing thing.
But you don't give it the power to kill you. Is that what he said?
So true. So true. He does indeed say that. But he also says...
Augustus Waters.
Augustus Waters.
What an insane name.
Honestly, slay.
Augustus Waters.
I thought about that for our movie today. We get to discuss names.
I've wrote that down too.
Anyway. He said that he never reads any of his work that's been published because he knows that if he reads it, he's going to have moments where he's like, why did I write that? I should have changed this. So he's able to just let it exist.
Let it be on the shelf.
Let it be on the shelf. Yeah.
Which, like, I don't blame him specifically because, like, if I reread Fault in Our Stars.
How dare you?
As I grow, though, because, like, for instance, like, when I was 13, like, I ate it up. But, like, reading it now, I'd be like, oh, like, that's for kids. I don't know how, like, a grown man would read it and then be like...
I think about that a lot with writers who write young adult fiction.
Yeah.
And, like, kids stuff.
That must
of,
be
like,
hard.
How do you know that it's actually good? Like, do you think it's, like...
I don't know.
Because it's like, oh, this is good for a young adult, but it's not good in general.
I don't know.
John Green... I love The Fault in Our Stars. I read it last spring. I had a great time. I was supposed to go to Amsterdam, and I bought it. And then I didn't go to Amsterdam. I think I talked about this on the podcast, maybe. Anywho.
So, yeah. So, my goals will be shifting.
Well, that's exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you made yourself cake.
I did.
So
that was so funny because it's not related to that. I just made it.
I'm going to make it related when we eat some of it later.
Wanting some cake.
As you should.
Bye. Hey. So we watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And if you haven't seen it, yes, you have.
Yeah.
It's like, who has not seen this movie?
I have seen this movie more times than I think I've ever seen any movie in my life.
Fair.
I've seen this movie at least 7 times.
I've seen it. So I had seen it before.
Yes.
It was not a first watch for me.
A cheat.
I know. A little sneak in here. But we have also Twilight later, which both of us have seen.
Yeah. Ooh. Sneak peek.
So, but, again, I was watching through a different lens with a different purpose. Because I've seen it, like, on TV or, like, with my mom. Because, like, it's a comforting sort of movie. It's a great movie to put on when you're like, I want to watch nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so...
It just entertained me.
Yeah, it's the ultimate comfort movie. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think what's so good about it is it's perfectly crafted. I think both plot lines, like both through lines are so perfectly done and written. They
converge in a great way. It's very almost like Shakespearean to me.
Yes, it's so satisfying, the final scene of them figuring out what each one did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I do want you mentioned their names. I had a moment where I sat up, I think when they met. Let me find my note. And I was like, their names are Andy Anderson and Benjamin Barry.
And you know what's interesting?
Which sort of like, they were like, okay, let's start at the alphabet. A, Andy. A, Anderson.
Yeah.
B, Ben. Like they stopped at A and B.
And I always thought, because I knew How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was based off a book. And so I didn't know anything about the book. So I just assumed, those feel like very rom-com book names.
Yeah.
Of like, that makes sense in the world of a book. But I feel like in a movie that's supposed to be like in real life, it is kind of crazy that they went for Benjamin Barry and Andy Anderson.
I think Andy's a cute name for her, though.
Andy's a really cute name. And I think they both work for them.
There's no girls named Andy. Like, since even that movie, like I feel like I've not really met
that
name that I feel like didn't get very popular.
But I love more like masculine names for girls.
Yeah.
Like
oh wait. Also in the beginning, because the beginning shot is the screen grab, and it made me cackle. How to bring peace in Tajikistan. Which I just loved that, like, just like that screen grab of like how to, like, it was like showing all of our past, like how to lose 5 pounds. And I was like, how to bring peace in Tajikistan. And then her friend's like, this is so good, Andy.
I really love that through line of her. Like, she works at like essentially Cosmopolitan magazine. And she's like, let me write about politics. Like, girl, come on. This is the wrong job for you.
I know, right? Like,
how did you walk into this thinking?
Just go work somewhere else. Like, she's so sad. I mean, I get, like, you know, if you like where you work and like she likes maybe her boss or something. I don't know. Yeah. But like, girl, she's never gonna let you do it.
Yeah, and then I love at the end how she's like, I must go to Washington. That is the only place where you can write about politics.
What are you talking about?
Dumb.
Like,
Dumb
you're
bitch.
in New York City.
Yeah. You're in New York City. I am also curious about what her politics would be. It does scare me a little bit. How do you bring peace to
let's read the article, Andy Anderson. Yeah. Well, what's your solution that nobody, no world leader, no government body has thought of?
Yeah, I'm scared.
What are her instructions? 1, be kind.
Honestly,
2, have compassion.
It's really giving me in 4th grade when we had to choose someone to send a letter to, and I wrote Hillary Clinton and told her how to bring peace to the Middle East.
What was your
I think it was literally just be nice, like treat others how you would want to be treated. I did not.
You know what? I bet she read that and went, oh, she's got a point. Wait,
she's got a point.
We haven't tried this, guys. Why haven't we tried this yet?
But one of my friends wrote a letter to Sesame Street because at that time there was like a controversy that they were going to make Cookie Monster into Veggie Monster. And she got a response back and a signed autograph from Cookie Monster himself. Oh, I was going to say, well, I don't know if we want to get into this.
What?
But as I mentioned, the book it's based upon, I thought that was just interesting context to share.
Yeah.
I always saw like in the credits, like, oh, it's based upon the book of the same name. And so I assumed it was the same story too. Yeah. Which kind of made me sad because I was like, this movie is so good. It's kind of disappointing that like it just came from a book. Like, there's no originality to it.
Yeah.
But turns out it came from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. The book is a satire book that's literally, it's a picture book with stick figures of just like 20 pages of things not to do when you're dating someone.
And yeah, they wrote the story around it.
Yeah, which I thought was really nifty and cool.
Yeah, that is actually like a creative idea.
It makes me appreciate the movie more.
Let's talk about Shalom Harlow. I don't know if you're aware, like, you know, in The Devil Wears, like, this was kind of the era, like, because this came out in 2003. So this is around the era that, like, supermodels were, like, getting into, like, little acting gigs. Like, everyone talks about, you know, the famous, like, Giselle cameo in The Devil Wears Prada. Are you familiar?
No. Here's something about me, Layla, and viewers, listeners. I have the memory of a goldfish when it comes to literally anything.
Yeah, you
I've
literally
watched.
just thought that was the first time you saw me sneeze.
Yeah. No, I mean, maybe it's just about everything.
No way.
But like, for example, I watched all the classic kids TV shows from when we were little. SpongeBob, Drake and Josh, etc.
Okay.
And I feel like my friends are always like, maybe you included. I don't know if you're ever like this, but people are like, oh, do you remember this one episode from SpongeBob?
I quote SpongeBob literally so often.
And I'm like, I literally have no memory. I watched it. I don't remember it.
Where I literally remember everything. So I'm definitely that bitch that you're talking about, that you're referencing.
Okay, same. But yeah, so like I have seen The Devil Wears Prada. Granted, it has been a very long time too. And I feel like when I watched it, I probably wouldn't have known who Giselle is. Anywho, all that to say, I don't remember.
Okay. So to my cultured viewers and listeners, you know, everyone talks about Giselle in The Devil Wears Prada. She's a little cameo. She wears these cunty little glasses.
Ooh, wait. I feel like I kind of do remember
You've probably seen, she's like Emily Blunt's character's like bestie who also like works at the magazine. Anyway, so everyone talks about that. But nobody talks about Shalom Harlow in this movie.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Because Shalom Harlow is one of my favorite supermodels. One of my favorite supermodels. I said that so fast. One of my favorite supermodels. And she's so gorgeous. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So you know who Shalom Harlow is?
I've seen that clip of her walking down the runway with that other supermodel. And then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought she did pretty good.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know who she was when I first watched it, and then I found out that she was a supermodel.
She had a longer part than Giselle, too. Like, hers was like...
yeah, she was like an actual character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think she slayed.
She's got a gorgeous neck.
She has a gorgeous neck. She is gorgeous. I think she's a good actor.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about... Give her flowers, honestly, because I love Shalom Harlow.
Okay, so I didn't know you were a supermodel stan.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad it is no longer the era of the early 2000s when it comes to supermodels. And I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but just like runway models being like the height of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, for many reasons. Obviously, the early 2000s, the type of people who were supermodels was a very slim margin, literally. Ha! Did you hear that? That was pretty good.
That was good.
Thank you. You hated it. But I feel like there's less of an emphasis. I mean, obviously there's still like Gigi Hadid, like people like that.
Yeah, there still are, but definitely not.
It's not to the same level of like, I feel like supermodels like were the most famous in terms of like it was supermodels and then actresses.
Or maybe even on the same level.
Yeah. It's not really like that anymore, I don't think.
Well, you could even say the same thing for actresses. Like, I would say the actress game is different from how it was.
It
like, I would compare,
genuine.
like, Margot Robbie is, like, maybe the biggest female
name.
But, like, back then there used to be, like, so many, it was, like, Sandra Bullock, Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie. Like, there was just so many.
It's interesting.
And I feel like they're still here because they're just older, but, like, there's not the same level. Like, there's Jennifer Lawrence, I guess. Her too. Like, it's not the same. I don't know.
It's very different, the culture around it. And I feel like, I don't know if this is true, but to me, it feels like, and maybe this is just from where I'm coming from, it feels less about truly just physical appearance and more about talent
I agree.
And ability, which is good.
I agree, too, because, like, I think about, like, this is so random. Judy Greer. Do you know who that is? Yeah. So she, like, you've definitely seen her before. She's in like 13 Going on 30 and 27 Dresses. Like she's constantly been typecast as like the rom-com lead's best friend.
Yeah.
Great actress. So funny. I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
And you could tell like at the time of like those movies, she was considered like the ugly friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is egregious. But just like and still so like, you know what I mean? It's like there's such a disconnect now.
Yeah, it's different.
Where it's like, you wouldn't get away with that stuff.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
Thank the Lord.
Thank God. But we have some pretty ass people in this movie.
Yeah.
They are gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Which I did want to say. First of all, her hair is like when everyone who goes to a salon and wants to be blonde, asks to be blonde, they're talking about her hair color. It's like the perfect shade of blonde. It's like the Barbie wig blonde that Margot Robbie wears.
Oh my God. She's so gorgeous.
It's like the perfect gold.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hate to be like, I'm so glad we don't, I don't know, idolize people just based off their looks, but like,
she's so pretty.
Kate Hudson is gorgeous. But also Kathryn Hahn is gorgeous.
Yeah,
and she's
her
supposed
friends
to be
are all gorgeous.
They're all gorgeous, but like they
she's
make lots
the
of
homelier one.
Yeah,
totally.
They make fat jokes about her, which is insane. Absolutely insane.
What was the fat joke?
Well, she's like, it's two of them. When they're walking in her first scene, when they're walking back into the office, she's saying something about like, why did he break up with me? Maybe it's because I'm fat. And then the other two best friends are like, you're not fat. And then they go into the office party, or not party, the meeting. And their boss is like, oh, I'm sorry you got dumped.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you look great. And she's like, I haven't been eating since the breakup. Yeah, and then she's like, good for you, which is very early 2000s. Painful.
Yeah.
But
what was I gonna say? I feel like I know. So she's 23 at time of filming.
Who? Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Ugh, kill me.
Right? 23 for reference. Mariah is
23.
I'm 24.
Oh my god, that makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah. I didn't know she was 23, and I wish I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gone one more day without that knowledge.
Yeah, I could have gone my whole life without that.
Well, because in it, he's 33. He's 10 years older than her. So, wait, I took a screenshot.
That's crazy.
I took a screenshot of this quote. So the producer worried that McConaughey was too old to star opposite Kate Hudson because at the time he was 10 years older. To counter these arguments, Hudson said, I'm married to a 36-year-old and it's not like he's ancient. So at the time, 23-year-old Kate Hudson is married to a 36-year-old man.
Oh.
Which I know, like, back then, too, like, 23 was considered, like, old. Or not old, but, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, like, I feel like it's viewed now as, like, oh, my God, we're so young.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like, oh, 23, go get married. Like, that's fine.
But 36 is crazy.
But that's crazy.
That is crazy.
She's like, well, I'm married to a 36-year-old, so it doesn't really matter. I'm like, can you imagine being married to a 36-year-old right now?
No, unless it was Matthew McConaughey.
Married to a 30-year-old right now.
Yeah. No, that I can't. I don't think I would be able to date older than like 4 years.
Yeah. 36.
36 is crazy. Yeah. That's so weird. She doesn't look 23 to me, though. She doesn't look super young.
She looks grown up.
Yeah, she looks the same age as Matthew McConaughey. Which is my
other thing is that, like, I feel like rom-coms, everyone looks so young.
Yeah.
I watch a rom-com, I'm like, I want to see adults.
Yeah.
I don't want to see people look like children.
Yeah.
Who look like they're early, I don't know, who look like they're in their early 20s.
Yeah. I don't think she looks like she's in her early 20s.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she does. So it was refreshing to see, like, grown-ups in a rom-com.
For sure.
I hate rom-coms set in New York. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here. I could walk into this, whatever fucking bar they go to that's, like, packed, has waiters, is all 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
I could just go there, too. And
it's
be
just
victim of a bet.
It's just so different, though, now, too.
I know.
This was the before apps. This was before, I don't know, online dating. Yeah. Isn't that crazy that people used to just go into bars and be like, hey,
or like,
how's it going?
Or like setups by like, I guess their parents or their friends.
Yeah. It's just because now if anyone talks to me who's a stranger, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
like, I would never.
Boyfriend.
This is true.
No, but I would do that too.
Yeah. Well, like regardless.
Yeah, no, but it's not like the culture's not like, oh, let's go get a dinner. Let's go get, drinks and like there's such an implication of just like it's all about sex.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Where, in this movie even it's like they go to like get crab. Like
that was an interesting choice.
I
didn't know if it was intentional in terms of like what's it bad.
I think it was trying to like make her look like I'm a guy's girl. I love getting dirty with this crab and I love it,
Yeah, which I will say is
like you're so interesting. You eat. Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. But it works for me. I love this movie because it does really feel like a feminist movie to me.
It does.
And I think even just as an actor watching this movie when I was younger, it really inspired me. I feel like 2003 for Kate Hudson to be the lead and to be also the comedic lead. Like, she's one funny. Being funny compared between her and Matthew McConaughey. Like, she's being super goofy and silly. And so is Catherine Hahn. Like, I feel like that's really cool to watch and very special.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would agree with you.
Thank you. I was going to say, Kate Hudson has this quote that I quite like. This is in a Variety did an article, I guess this year, 2023, for the 20-year reunion. And they interviewed everyone. And she said, it's actually quite a feminist movie. And I think that really resonates with young girls. The concept that women are in control of their own destiny, their own life, and their own purpose. And the fact that Andy is a journalist who's working a job that isn't really what she wants to be doing. And she chooses to pursue her dream. It's a very female character that a lot of women connect to. And then Catherine Hahn said that she and Kate would do a bunch of junkets, like now for the 20-year reunion. And a lot of journalists would say I became a female journalists were like, I became a journalist because of Andy Anderson.
Wow. I will
really
say,
love that.
Just as a general, she made it seem like really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say though, Journalist was definitely one of those like in these early like rom-coms. I feel like Journalist was a big one of like that the leads, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them worked at like women's magazines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
13 Going on 30.
Yeah.
She works at a magazine.
That's true. But this was a twist where she wanted something more.
She wanted something meatier.
Which I don't know what that says about it. Like,
yeah, it does kind of, I guess,
frowns down on.
She's kind of turning down like Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Composure
magazine.
Yes.
Anywho,
but it's whatever. It's 2003. Well,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Are we allowed to talk about Matthew McConaughey now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna roll that.
Let's
do it. I love this man.
She really does, guys.
Man. I feel a burning passion.
If you couldn't tell by her almost tearing up thinking about what she would say to him.
I can't even think about that. Oh my god. I mean, I'm gonna cry.
He looks amazing in this movie. I would like to just say, physically, maybe like at his peak.
I agree. I think this is the most attractive.
He's so... I'm blushing now. No, because like he's never been like my guy or like my celebrity crush.
Yeah.
And I think this is rooted in my very practical sense of like, I feel like I'm very good at like reading people or like knowing if we're gonna be friends or not, or if this person would be into me, etc., etc. Matthew McConaughey and I would not be a match made in heaven. We would not date in any regard.
I can see it for you. Can I explain why? You and Matthew McConaughey are both very like outgoing.
I thought you were saying outdoorsy. I was like,
Southern people.
It's all you need to fall in love.
Like, I think you guys would like really laugh a lot together. I think you guys would have a lot of fun.
I don't know.
I think Matthew McConaughey could really form himself to any person.
He though is so like outdoorsy, or like he's into like surfing, and
you can watch him.
Yeah, but I worry. Well, so for instance, I looked at his dating history.
Okay.
He dated, I mean, amongst other people. I'm not going person for person.
Ooh.
He dated Sandra Bullock.
Oh, see, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see that for them.
She dated, okay, I don't mean this in a bad way at all. She dated a lot of like guys doing, like she dated Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I don't see this.
Right?
Because I feel like her personality, as far as I understand, obviously I do not know her, is just a lot more like straight and to the point. She's not as goofy as I see these men to be.
I see her as being goofy.
Really?
Because her friends call her Sandy. To me, that's like goofy. Like it's very like down to earth. So they don't make her call her Sandra. You know?
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
I don't know why my microphone keeps...
Penelope Cruz.
Damn, that's a hot couple. Ooh, the things
I would do. Listen, he likes a Latina because then he married Camilla Alves. Gorgeous woman.
Do you know the story of how they met?
Yes, of course. He saw her across the room and he was like, I'm going to marry that woman.
And then he did.
He did. Well, yeah. What do you do if Matthew McConaughey comes up and he's like, I'm going to marry you? What do you say, no?
Oh, I could cry.
There's no stopping that train, buddy.
Look at me. I could cry.
Well, so, anyway.
He's so hot. I literally was watching this movie and I was just like growling. I was like,
edit that out. Anyway, no, I was gonna, so he's so naturally flirtatious and like suave and cool. Like I do understand. He's a literally like clinically attractive man and like so charismatic. Again, he's never been my number one because I couldn't see us together. Whether or not you can,
Do you think you can see us together?
Do you want my real answer?
Tell me.
No.
Why? Give me 10 reasons. 10. No, actually, genuinely, why not?
I don't know. Again, he just... I can't put a name to it. It's not like based on like logical thought of like, oh, well, Miraya likes sunflowers and he doesn't. It's like just a vibe. Listen, some people, not everybody has the superpower, okay? I have the superpower.
Well, I'll prove you wrong. Okay? Give me 10 years.
He'll be 65.
Oh my God. Can I find a time travel machine?
Literally, yeah. I mean, 2003, Matthew McConaughey is different.
Oh my God. The shower scene. Can we talk about the shower scene?
Let's talk about it. Okay, wait. I think it might be the best, like, intimate moment in a rom-com.
Oh my God, I completely agree. Because it's so such a genuine
turn, too, of the movie. It's all of a sudden we're getting, like, their actual romance and their actual intimacy. And, like,
God, I love it.
When he takes their shirt off. Well, no, she goes like this.
Oh, it's so
their
beautiful.
Shirt off of her. There's something in your eyes makes me want to lose myself.
Oh my God, it's so good. Because I just feel like, I think that's what it makes the movie so brilliant. Is like, you really are like, because I feel like in any rom-com, the question at the end of the day is, are they going to be together or are they not? And like, you inherently kind of know they're going to end up together. But it makes it so complicated because she's actually being so insane.
That's what the power of, like, these bets adds to these movies, where there's always some sort of bet, because there'll always be a betrayal, and then it's like, blah, blah, blah. And then, the thing is, like, they're both like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Although, I will say, his side of the bet is way worse than what she's doing.
Yeah.
I fully believe that because he's like, I'm going to make her fall in love with me. That's like pure, like, just emotional manipulation. And then, like, what? Yeah. Like, no, so at the end of that bet, when she goes like, in an ideal world where it's just Kate Hudson not doing a how-to, she's in love with him, goes to this party, and then he's like, "Ooh, got my job. Yeah. Bye." Like,
yeah, that is really messed
versus
up.
like, she's like, trying to run him away.
And any normal person would have run away already.
Would have run away. Exactly. He would have run away. But he's like, has to perpetuate this bet. So he's definitely on like a worse side of things, which I love though, because when they're fighting about it, I'm like, what, girl?
But that's what makes the moment when they say goodbye to each other after the Staten Island trip, which Staten Island cursed, but we're going to ignore that. And he's like, I got you tickets. He's like asking her to go to the party, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, we'll have to see. Like, tomorrow's day 10, right? And he's like, well, I got us these tickets for day 13. And that's how you know that he really likes her.
He is into her. But, like, still, at some point in that relationship, when, I guess if she ever finds out about that bet.
Yeah, it's still fucked up.
It's still like, wait, you made a bet that I could fall in love with you? And then I foolishly did?
Yeah.
I feel so dumb.
Yeah, no, that's something you die with.
Yeah.
Something you die with.
You have to kill, like, those two pretty girls who made that bet for him.
Yeah.
You have to kill anyone who knows about it. Yeah, Shalom.
Yeah.
And the other one.
Other woman. Hips and lips, as he calls them.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Well, also, I would just love, like, these movies, because it's like, I love how business is done. Like, his boss is like, okay, if this girl's in love with you, I'll give you that campaign.
It's just so fun. It's just so fun.
I love to, because also he's like, I'll be the judge of if she's in love with you. It's like, what? And then he asks her and she's like, oh no, like, it's too early, which in my opinion was fully genuine. His boss is like, okay, I'm gonna ask her, blah blah blah, and then she's like, genuinely, no, like, it's too early because it's been 10 days, and then he's like, she loves you.
No, because the whole thing is he can tell that she actually does love him, but, like, is very, like, unsure about it because it has been so early. And she's, like, bashful.
I disagree.
I think she gives a great performance.
Still, though, it's an insane thing for his boss to be like, imagine if your boss was like, I'll give you promotion if you can prove that this random girl will love you in 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days is a crazy amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was saying earlier, I would like to go back just to finish my thought.
Yes.
I just feel like what this rom-com does so well is it's so extreme in the stakes of the bets that you're like, how could they possibly actually end up falling in love with each other?
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole trip to see his family is like so beautiful, and the whole bullshit scene and how like included she feels, and then how she's like, did his other girlfriends win or whatever, and the mom's like, honey, you're the first one, and it's just so genuine, sweet. In the bathroom scene, it's just like,
well, she's
so
like, when
beautiful.
your mom hugged me, she really hugged me. Yeah. Which, wait, do we know, like, is she an orphan? Like, did she lose her parents or something?
I don't know.
I kind of wish I thought like that was the vibe from like your mom like really gave like she made her feel so included as the family that I thought it was gonna be like I haven't had that in so long. You know?
For sure. I kind of like that it was more just like about his family, including
Sorry,
her.
I'm just picturing her lifting his shirt off him.
Oh my god,
he's so
and then
tan.
just going, and then I love her curly hair on the
when
ferry,
her hair gets curly,
and like the way they're holding each other. Holding her.
They're acting so well of like that smitten phase. Like they're their acting is so spot on to me of like a new love of like that joy it has.
Yeah,
because they're both just like so like. Everything's so amazing. And they're both like, they're not trying, like she's not trying to like do something to like drive him away. You know, she's just being herself and he's just being himself.
It pains me.
It's really cute.
Me. Like
so cute.
I need to kiss this man.
Okay.
Shout out to my boyfriend.
Hey.
How's it going?
Okay, wait though. Can I say how this is something my mom and I always used to, like it used to piss my mom off and now it's pissed me off via her channeled it. What the fuck does frost yourself mean?
Okay, so the whole thing is, again, feminist movie, is they were saying that usually diamonds are advertised as the man buys it for the woman. This is saying frost yourself.
No, like, I get where it came from.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not good. It, like, makes me mad. Frost yourself? It sounds like a masturbation thing.
Yeah, and they sort of make a joke about that.
Yeah.
I agree. It's an awful saying.
It's an awful saying. And then he's like, frost yourself. And his boss is like, frost yourself. Frost yourself. I love it. And I'm like, are we hearing this guy is an ad? Like, he's a marketing guy?
I feel like it must...
I always just thought,
like, oh, in the early 2000s, using frosting as a saying for diamonds must have been a thing.
I don't
like
know
there
if
must
it ever
have
was.
been like some sort of context, so it wasn't just so.
I know
random.
there was like a store I used to shop at called Icing.
Okay,
but like
maybe,
but like but it's different to go from like icing, frosting to then frost yourself.
Yeah, that
because
is
frost.
crazy.
Are you meaning like in a chilled way or in like like a cake way? Like frost like a snow or like frost like a cake?
The advertisement that they make is her in snow.
In snow.
So I'm assuming it's that way.
What's icing and frosting? That's all cake terms. And then but ice and frost are snow terms. Do you see? But then he went with the snow thing, but the thing was icing and frosting. Because she was like, just a little frosting. Not frost.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm going insane.
Now I feel like I'm going insane too.
I don't know. I feel like they just couldn't, maybe like they couldn't think of something that good. I have no idea, but I just frost yourself still like if I saw that as an ad, I wouldn't be like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go frost myself.
It does sound really bad.
It doesn't sound good.
Benjamin Barry's not good at his job.
He's not. Well, he worked in athletics and sports drinks.
Yeah. Sports
should have stuck to it.
So true.
And also, like, I get it, like, yay, go buy yourself a diamond, but, like, we want to be bought diamonds at the end of the day.
I have a crazy story.
I prefer not to buy my own diamonds if I don't have to.
Yeah, that's honestly so true. That's anti-feminist. Men should be spending all their money on
You're making me buy my own diamonds now? What's next? Equal rights.
So true.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope.
I
have an insane story to tell you.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw this online or if the people have heard this.
What?
So Matthew McConaughey, they offered him this role, right?
Yes.
He didn't know if he wanted to do it.
Okay.
I don't think he knew if he wanted to like go down the rom-com route.
Okay.
He was walking on Sunset Boulevard, I believe. Let me just fact check. Yes, Sunset Boulevard. And some random man comes up to him and says, I am a fortune teller. I know you are considering whether or not to accept a rom-com role. and I know you have to do it, and it'll be amazing for your career, and you will win lots of money.
And then he turned around the corner and the director paid that man.
Well, that's what Matthew McConaughey said. He was like, I was convinced that the studio hired this man. But then he said yes, and this man was true.
Okay, so you're telling me all we have to do, hire a psychic to track down Matthew McConaughey and say, you'll meet a girl named Miraya, and when you do, you must kiss her. Or blah, blah, blah. And then he'll do it, apparently.
Bro, let's go.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm like serious.
Be on the lookout, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh my God. Matthew McConaughey.
Well, also, Gwyneth Paltrow is supposed to be the lead instead of Miss Katie Kate Hudson.
Which I think Kate Hudson is
She has
so
the right
perfect.
color hair. Like, I get it from like a hair color perspective.
Yeah.
The same like perfect little blonde.
I just can't see Gwyneth Paltrow being super silly.
I don't see her being so goofy, agreed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it too is like improv. And I don't see, her improving it that well.
Yeah, and I also just don't see the chemistry there. Like, the chemistry was unmatched.
And I do think that, like, I mean, I'm sure part of this is, like, a bias of, like, I think Gwyneth has done more serious roles than Kate Hudson.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just, like, it's a bias of just, like, I'm used to seeing Kate Hudson in, like, cuter movies.
Yeah, so true.
So.
Well, is there anything else about the movie you want to talk about, or do we want to play my little game?
Oh, you have a little game?
I have a little game.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, just it's as a rom-com, I think it's so solid. And I think it's what a lot of things are trying to do.
Yeah.
Still. But at some point it's like, dude, if it's done, there's only so many fucking ways to make a goddamn sandwich.
Yeah.
How many rom-com accidental meetings or bets can there be?
I think that's why the era is done. They need to bury it. I'm gonna see Anyone But You next week.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm scared.
I don't know. I just I
haven't seen a good rom-com since the ones that came out in the early 2000s.
I mean, it worked for that time period. Like there's it had a place and a time. Like it made sense.
Yeah. What is interesting though, which I saw, I don't know if you saw, is a lot of this movie is inspired by Sex and the Single Girl.
Yeah, with Natalie
from
Wood.
1964.
Yeah.
Starring Natalie Wood. But it was interesting because How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was based off a book. That was not the same plot.
Yeah.
But so was Sex and the Single Girl. It was based off a nonfiction book which is the same title, from the 60s that was telling women that they should be having casual sex and should be having sex before marriage.
Love that.
I know, right?
I keep thinking every time you say it, you're about to say Sex in the City.
Sex in the City.
It's based on Sex in the City.
But yeah, and so the movie is about a male journalist who is going to interview the writer of this real book, Sex and the Single Girl. I almost said Sex in the City.
Yeah.
And then they end up falling in love. But apparently the end also includes a taxi cab chase by a motorcycle.
My God.
But they never inherently credited that movie.
I feel like it's probably just like a loose inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they've never said, the writer hasn't ever said anything, but I think it's I don't know. I feel like that's not something you can get mad about. It's inspired by a movie from the 60s.
It's not a reboot.
It's not a reboot.
Which I give it credit for. I was going to say, too, I think one of the reasons, the era of rom-coms is so different now is because back then I feel like it was still such a lucrative, genre. And so it still could attract a certain level of star power.
Yeah.
I feel like, Matthew McConaughey, he definitely was solidly cruising at that point. And so now though I feel like it's viewed more as almost like a launch pad.
Yeah.
I feel like for instance we can talk Sydney Sweeney is I feel very early in her career still. Versus you have Kate Hudson who done Almost Famous and then you have Matthew McConaughey where it's they're established and it's not thought of as a step down to do it. Versus I feel like now it's thought of as oh, I have to do this to then get a serious role.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I feel like I definitely don't respect actors who do rom-coms nowadays as much.
Yeah.
Like Sydney Sweeney, I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, it definitely was more of like that was what was selling the movies, were the actors. And I think too of like, even like, I think of like 130130 is one of my favorite rom-coms.
Yeah, it's so
like
good.
Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Garner, both people who were like, you know, it wasn't like at the start of their careers.
Yeah.
And also they were like, I mean, I don't know, like Mark Ruffalo has to be in his 30s in that movie. Like they look old.
Yeah, they do.
And I really appreciate that. I want to watch adults. Mark Ruffalo, hit my line. Separately. He's my Matthew McConaughey a little bit.
Oh,
in 1330.
No, he's super cute. But nothing will compare to Matthew McConaughey.
It's very different. To me, they're very different. I don't know. Too much growling, I guess. Oh, we're doing Marry, Fuck, Kill. James Marsden.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, fuck.
Interesting.
Oh my god. Best night of my life.
Only one night, though.
Hi, boyfriend. Sorry. What?
Oh, okay, so for only one night. Okay, continue. I'm going to wait until we're done.
James Marsden, marry, kill Mark Ruffalo. I'm sorry.
That's so fair.
What movie are we talking about for James Marsden?
27 Dresses.
Okay. I didn't know if we were talking. Yeah,
but why wouldn't you marry Matthew McConaughey? Then you can fuck him every night or whatever.
I don't know.
You think it's only fated for one
I think
night.
I get too nervous about him being married to him.
You're too into him.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I'd
vomit all the time.
So you like James Marsden?
He's a cutie.
He's so cute.
I also think that like Mark Ruffalo, like I just can't help but think about him now. But if we're talking explicitly about,
I mean, James Marsden looks great now. Mark Ruffalo looks great.
Yeah, but
he looks older than James Marsden.
I'm thinking the Hulk. I'm like,
well, stop.
Okay, you're so right. Okay, what about you?
It's almost the same. I would marry James Marsden.
Oh wow.
Fuck Mark Ruffalo, and I would kill Matthew McConaughey.
How dare you?
I would get actually too insecure, like having a night of love making with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh my god, I don't care.
Because you're telling me I'm comparing to Penelope Cruz. He's looking at my body and thinking Penelope Cruz.
I don't care about how Matthew McConaughey feels that night.
It's all about
It's
you.
all about me, baby.
So fair.
And I think he'd make it all about me.
Okay.
I'm
going to say something else. Matthew McConaughey, correct me if I'm wrong. He doesn't seem like a generous lover.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, wait.
He gets all up in there. He knows exactly where to go.
He seems like he's into it, obviously, but like he doesn't seem like. Actually, maybe I may be changing my mind as I'm talking because he does seem like he'd like worship a woman's body.
I think he would.
I'd hope so.
I think he would. You can't ruin this.
I'm not trying to, I swear.
No, you're not.
Okay, let's keep it British. Jude Law, Colin Firth, Hugh Grant.
Oh. Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. No, I'm kidding. Fuck Colin Firth, marry Jude Law. Actually, I switch it because Jude Law would cheat on me and it would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Jude Law, fuck. Colin Firth, marry. Kill Hugh Grant.
This is a tough one for me.
Okay.
I would also marry Colin Firth.
Mm-hmm.
I love that man.
Mm-hmm.
He is so hot in Bridget Jones.
He is.
I mean, he's hot in everything.
Yeah. That's
something I noticed when I like became like a woman. I was like, why is all of us? I woke up and I was like, Colin Firth is so fucking sexy.
When was that?
About 2 weeks ago. But so also though, I love Hugh Grant and Jude Law, kind of the same sort of like, philandering type,
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the same bucket here. Hugh Grant, in my opinion, was hotter for longer. But if we're talking like Jude Law in The Holiday,
I think Jude Law is still hot. Hugh Grant is not hot.
Look up Jude Law.
Bro.
I need you to see a picture of him.
You best believe. Have you seen the video of him dancing at the Paul McCartney concert?
Probably
recently?
not.
Very attractive.
I need like a more recent photo.
I had a Jude Law phase in 8th grade. Or was it 7th grade?
Okay,
it was 7th grade.
Mind.
I was obsessed with Jude Law because in science class we were studying genetics and we watched the movie Gattaca. Have you seen Gattaca with Jude Law and Ethan Hawke?
No.
We should watch it.
That's a great photo of him.
Bro,
he
he's
looks
so hot.
For the audience.
So, for those of you who don't know, Gattaca, I want to say late 90s, maybe. It's all about basically a world in which parents have a second child just to be able to like harvest organs and stuff in case their first child like dies or has some sort of illness. And it's so good. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. I haven't seen it in so long, but it made me obsessed with Jude Law to an unhealthy degree that Christmas everything I got was Jude Law related. My parents bought me a copy of Hamlet that literally just had a photo of Jude Law on top of it. Like, that's one of my best friends at the time. She literally, as a present, just wrote Jude Law's name over and over again on a lined piece of paper and gave it to me so I could have in my room.
Okay, I'm noticing a theme here because do you want to talk about your Chris Pratt phase?
Yes. Okay. I also had a Chris Pratt phase. I'm not happy about that one. I'm ashamed of that one now because he's so cringe and I'm a vegetarian. So there's a lot of conflicting feelings there. Chris Pratt is like, he butchers his own sheep and stuff.
I wasn't aware. I thought that's funny though. Like, that's the first thing you say. Not that like he's a super like Christian Republican.
Super Christian. Yeah.
Like, I'm a vegetarian. We would not eat the same dinners.
No. But yeah, I don't like religion. Anywho, there's a lot that's not compatible between me and Chris Pratt. But basically, in 10th grade, I had a Chris Pratt themed birthday party because I had just watched Parks and Rec for the first time and became madly in love with Chris Pratt. And so I had a cake that it said Maris Forever, as in Miraya and Chris.
I feel like there was a better way to do that.
You know what?
Chiraya.
I don't know. Maris. I had different parts of my apartment were different things he's been in. So there was like
at the time, what was it?
So I had a cardboard standout of Ron Swanson, and then I think I got like a little poster of like Ron Swanson-esque things. There was something for Jurassic World that just came out or was about to come out, maybe
2015. It came out, so.
And then there was Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. I don't know if Jurassic World actually had come out already.
10th grade. Oh, you're below me. Probably not.
But definitely Guardians of the Galaxy. Bro, the amount of times I watched the intro scene of Come and Get Your Love.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
What? I don't like superhero movies, but Guardians of the Galaxy is really funny.
I don't know why. I just didn't.
I think you would like it. It's genuinely like a funny movie.
Okay.
But it opens with him dancing to Come and Get Your Love.
I think I knew that.
Come and get your love. And it's the opening shot is literally his hips gyrating to the song.
No. Okay, wait. To the task at hand. This is really tough for me, honestly. Oh, yeah. I was talking about how tough it was. Because Jude Law in The Holiday, I don't know if you get better than that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, ever. When he puts his glasses on, gasp. But Hugh Grant in Bridget Jones and Love Actually, he's so cute. Notting Hill, he's so cute. He's got such great hair. And I love, like, his little quips. He's so, like, charming.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So much, like, under his breath sort of vibe. I feel like Hugh Grant and I would get along better.
I could see that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Mayor Colin Firth. Fuck Hugh Grant. Kill Jude Law. Because I also do feel like a night with Hugh Grant, it'd be entertaining at the very least.
You want to just laugh with Hugh Grant? This is about sex. Layla.
No, I'm saying like we would have good, like obviously we'd have great sex, but like even if the sex wasn't great, I'm at least like he's so charming, like it's still like cute. Versus like I feel like Jude Law has a temper.
Yeah, but like passion, anger turns to passion.
Yeah, make a case for domestic violence.
No. I just feel like Hugh Grant, he'd just like sit there and his dick would be like crooked or something.
Would you not think Jude Law would like not expect you to do all the work too?
And I'd do it.
Okay.
Anywho,
we disagree.
I hope my mom's listening.
My mom probably, if we had a phone, she would call in to tell me what her thoughts on this. She'd marry Colin Firth too, I think. I think she'd fuck Hugh Grant too. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Mom. Let me know.
Who else?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Who do you agree with, Miraya or me?
I think What the fuck? Matthew McConaughey is a professor.
That's what you were trying to say.
Matthew McConaughey is a professor at UT Austin.
Shit. Shit.
This is an educational podcast.
We should does he teach like film?
Yes.
Oh.
Come on the podcast.
Have a seat right in the middle,
Let
buddy.
us. Okay, Matthew McConaughey's right there.
Where? Like he's here?
He's here. He walks in. What would you say to him?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi.
And he'd be like, all right. Well, how's it going? What would you say?
I don't know because like I'm not as obsessed with him as you are. I would just like treat him as like a guy.
I just got chills. I actually just shuddered.
I thought I should just shit myself.
Do you smell that?
Matthew McConaughey walks in. I shit myself. That's what first thing I do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk.
I feel like I'd be
I'm
like,
not a talker.
oh my god, like I just watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I don't know. Like I'd try to bring up something because I don't feel like we'd have a lot to talk about.
Okay, I have a fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
Benjamin Barry,
Okay.
the guy from Interstellar.
Coop.
Or Dallas Buyers. No, I'm kidding.
That's literally what I was gonna say yesterday.
Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Matthew McConaughey. Or Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey.
This is so easy. I don't even know why you're asking. It's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Matthew McConaughey.
Is what? Fuck, marry, kill.
Well, I've never seen Dazed and Confused.
Oh.
So I guess killing that one, and then I'll marry. Well, I guess marrying Coop would be kind of sad. So I'll marry Benjamin Barry, and I'll fuck Coop.
Oh. Magic Mike, Matthew McConaughey.
Well, that's different.
What?
You can't like just throw that one in there last second.
Yes, I can.
As opposed to
instead of Dazed and Confused. Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, well then
Magic
I'm fucking
Mike,
the Magic Mike one, obviously, and killing Coop, and marrying Benjamin Barry.
I'd fuck Coop. There's more passion, more love.
I feel like it'd be a sad sex. He's got so much. Like, were you doing it like because his wife is dead?
Yeah.
He
I don't
longs
know. Magic
for
Mike
space.
would give me an STD, I think.
Wow.
Kind of
What
scares
an
me.
assumption to make about strippers, Miraya.
You're so right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the stripper community that's watching. It's very sad for me.
Wait, what was I saying before you said fuck, marry, kill again? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, if Matthew McConaughey was here.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do? What would you say to him?
I don't think I would just defer it to you.
The circumstances like really define what I would say to him. Like, what's the circumstance? Like right now, he just walks.
I just got chills again.
He just walks in, or like, is it like
if he just walked in, I'd be like,
what the fuck are you doing here? How do you know where I live?
Like, you knew we were talking about you. Is
Yeah.
this how Matthew McConaughey works?
He's summoned.
Yeah, he's summoned. And then no, this is too much. I was gonna be like, then he'd like propose a threesome. Like, would you do it just to have sex with Matthew McConaughey?
Absolutely.
I don't know if I could do it. I'm sorry. Wow. I can't pass that threshold with you. It would freak me out.
You don't have to pay me attention.
I know, but it's just like too much.
That's fair.
Okay, what if we're clothed?
I already said yes. What do you mean? Add anything you want.
Okay.
What if we're clothed? What if we're wearing horns? Because like if the context is like, for some reason, like we're working together, like it's a different. It's like, hey, how are you? I'm such a fan of you.
Oh my
Vice versa. Some bullshit. You know what I mean?
That's my dream. Is one day I'm in a movie.
You need to write.
This
is what you have. Okay, this is my life hack. This is basically how my entire desire of a career was born, and because basically I just wanted to act out my own fan fiction. You should write a movie for Matthew McConaughey, and then one day be like, this. Whenever you've made
I'd be so horny.
This is.
I'd just be like writing it like.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you could like write it for him, and then one day be like, look, I had this part for Matthew McConaughey. Like, can we offer it to him? That's like all. When I was like 13, I was like, I'm gonna write a movie for Harry Styles, and at the time he wasn't acting yet, and so I was like, I'm gonna make him act, and then he beat me to the fucking punch.
Damn.
But like. That's what you gotta do.
Okay, I'll do it.
I have a rom-com idea for like the older generation of rom-com stars.
Oh,
like to be like Sandra Bullock and Matthew McConaughey.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
Maybe I'll tell you later.
Well, I'm excited to hear it. Well, that was a fruitful conversation.
What is sex? Maybe our sexiest episode.
Ooh, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, actually very fitting.
And next week will be a little bit more romantic.
It will definitely be more forbidden lust.
I'm excited.
As opposed to this.
We're watching Pride and Prejudice.
My favorite.
For those who want to watch with us.
Yes. The Keira Knightley.
Yeah, Keira Knightley and the guy from Succession.
Matthew McConaughey.
I'm excited to be attracted to him.
Oh, you're going to be into it. He's so cute in that movie.
That's fun.
Yeah. So, goals for next week.
I think that I was pretty overwhelmed pre-break with like so many things happening. I mean, my main goal is we're launching our podcast this week.
Yeah.
And that is just going to be a lot of work, and we're having a party. And so honestly, you know what? This is going to be my goal. Okay? This might be a lame little goal, but I just really want to focus on the podcast and getting it out. I don't know if you can see the cat. This is the first time the cat has made an appearance. Mistletoe! Mistletoe.
I know, yeah. Come over here. Honey.
Come here. Come here. Oh. Welcome, Mistletoe.
This is Mistletoe.
She looks so beautiful in the
I
lighting.
know, she's so statuesque.
But my goal is I just really want to focus on the podcast, getting it out. That's a lot of work, and then I just really want to enjoy the party and like have it be a celebration and like really like bask in, wow, we really did so much work.
That's where I'm at too, especially because I just finished the book.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just like, okay, let me take, a week, whatever, to just kind of chill before like diving into something else or thinking about something else or like going back into an old project.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed, like, I've been working on short stories and poems and stuff that's like not in my head like lucrative. You know what I mean? Like I've been more into like the art of it as opposed to just the commerciality of it.
Right.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
And even like right now, I was just so excited to film this podcast, even though it's just like at this point just for us.
Yeah.
But it's still just so fun.
Net profit $0.
We're in the negative. We're in the red.
We are literally in the red.
But it's just so nice. And so I just feel very proud of us.
I know.
And all the work we've done. That was us high-fiving,
High-fived.
listeners. So yeah. So I'm just going to go easy on myself this week and just try to enjoy it.
Easy on me, baby.
We've sang a lot of songs. Something in your eyes.
That'll be our outro.
Yeah.
Makes me want to lose myself for the rest of my life.
You know what? I don't think we're going to get Thanks so much for watching and
Thank
listening.
you so much.
This has been a joy.
I really appreciate you. And let us know if you would, which one? If you would kill Jude Law or Hugh Grant.
No context.
I need to say, do not kill. We're not advocating for the deaths of either of those men. We just want to know about the fuck, marry, kill thing.
Yes.
Colin Firth, Jude Law, Hugh Grant.
Yes. So,
Slay.
we'll see you next week.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Have a happy Valentine's Day.
Have a happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Bye.